now that we have talked about which fragrance you should go for, whether you should go for Angham from Lattafa or you should go for the original Goddess from Burberry, we are going to dive a little bit deeper into Goddess itself from Burberry. So today we are looking at the two variations or the two DNAs of the famous Goddess. But before we get into it, cue the intro. You guys know the drill, how we do it here. We first start into our accords and then we go into the notes, and then I'm going to break it down which one should you go for, which one's best for you, which is best for your person, or etc. So starting off, we're going to go in with Goddess, the original. That is this one, very standard fragrance. I mentioned in my last video, we are talking about a lavender, vanilla, fresh spicy cacao fragrance. It's supposed to be an aromatic Gourmand fragrance. And this has been marketed to be a unique self-discovery, powerful, you're just getting into your your lioness vibe. Basically, that's what we're talking about when it comes to the OG. When it comes to intense, it has more character. So we're talking about a fragrance that's supposed to be a vanilla, lavender, patchouli, woody, warm, spicy, aromatic, balsamic, as well as earthy fragrance. So when you look at it, you're like, dang, it's quite different, isn't it? Yes, it is, apparently, and it is very different even when you spray it. So this one, the Intense, was launched in 2024, right after the OG, because it did so well. So they said, let's go a little bit further, okay? For the OG, we are talking about vanilla, we have some lavender, we have cacao, ginger, and more blends of vanilla. And the Intense, we have some lavender, vanilla, and more vanilla, and more vanilla, and more vanilla, and then a little dash of patchouli to give it an earthy vibe as well as a woody vibe, I suppose. So that's what we're working with. It's also supposed to be, when they say warm spicy, I guess the patchouli is supposed to add to that. I feel like there should be something else in here, but I got my notes, my codes from Fragrantica, so I'm hoping that is correct. It's 100% correct. So getting right into these fragrances, I have with me, as per usual, the travel sizes, because I was still testing them out. I wasn't ready to invest in a full size, but now I know which one I will be buying a full size. The Intense has the deeper color juice, and then the OG has the lighter color juice. Right off, I did mention that this one is a lot of lavender. And funny enough, as I have worn this fragrance, I feel like it just is almost, if not the same, or reminds me of Mon Galant from Galant. I don't know why, but every time I spray this fragrance, the more I've worn it, I'm just like, I'm convinced that this is another replication of Mon Galant, another lavender fragrance on the market that's Mon Galant. We know how great Mon Galant did. People loved it. The men loved it on the women. So I understand why this one has made waves and is #2 on Fragrantica's best fragrances for women for 2024. So if you are a lavender babe and you just want to be smelling like lavender all day, every day with vanilla, Gourmand, this one is definitely one you should go for. Although I did mention Angham is better in my opinion, but that's not the point of today's video. So this is probably it if you want a lavender fragrance. And then the Intense has a little bit more character, although I will say the character that I was looking for is not exactly it. On paper it just looks amazing, but when you spray it, it does develop into an amazing fragrance. And I did spray earlier, but I'll spray a little bit more again. The only thing I will mention is that I am a little taken aback because I feel like probably the excess vanilla creates a sweetness that almost feels or smells like a honey note. So it kind of, when you spray it, it's almost like, oh dang, I smell honey. I smell a lot of sweetness. So it's really sweet. And the lavender, honestly, I don't detect it. It's very much in the background. So the lavender comes off a little bit at the opening, but that's pretty much it. It's like lost after a couple of minutes. And then as it dries down, you're kind of getting that earthiness, that patchouli, and it's very intimate. It's like a skin scent in my opinion. So which brings me to my next point, which is longevity not the greatest with the intense, which is quite strange because you would think that it's the intense so it's gonna last longer. But baby, nah. For me, it literally, I think, less than half a day, 5 hours max or something, because I found myself the first day I sprayed this fragrance, I kept on looking for it. I'm like, where the hell are you? Where did you disappear to? So it's very much intimate, and it's like you keep trying to look for it. So I find that it disappeared on my skin a little bit more than the original. Also, the other downside is that the intense has pretty much zero projection, like it's very intimate, like I said, so you won't be getting a fragrance that's projecting out there, whereas the OG does project, so people will smell you. It's not like a strong projection, but it's a great projection, enough to, you know, draw attention and get compliments, etc. But this one, you are not getting projection like that. So if someone wants to, you want someone to smell you, they really have to come close and be up and personal in your space. That's the other downside to the intense. However, I will say that I do prefer the intense over the OG, because for me, I'm not huge on lavender. So if lavender is not your vibe, then the intense probably works for you. It's sweeter for sure. I'm not keen on excessively sweet fragrances, but it's definitely a powerhouse vanilla because it's really packed with vanilla. And then the patchouli kind of develops later on, and that's when I start to enjoy the fragrance. Unfortunately, it develops at a later stage. So of the two, which one would I purchase? I would honestly purchase the intense version. As much as it doesn't last as long, I would probably go for a full size because I feel like I would wear that one more than I would the OG. So I'll probably go for a 50 ml for the OG just because I wouldn't wear it as much. I think I've only ever purchased one bottle of Montgalant because of the lavender, so I don't really gravitate towards it. So I feel like that would be the same case with the OG. So really quickly, intense, it does not last as longer versus the original. Intense does not project as much as the original. The intense is more vanilla sweetness, almost like a honey note to it. Original is lavender. And if that's your vibe, go for the original. If your vibe is more of a sweet, earthy at the background, or should I say earthy later on, then the intense would be one that you'll be going for. Hopefully this video helped you guys decide of the two which one works best for you, which one you should spend your coin on if you really want to purchase either of them. I'll be bringing more of these types of videos your way to help you guys decide which fragrance you should be going for. If you guys are also not following me on my Instagram or TikTok, please do so, because I do all my first impressions, which I enjoy doing a lot on there. So I would do my first impressions, and then here I come back and do a full review. So definitely go check out my TikTok or Instagram and get extra juicy, warm, good tea, basically.